Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is vlog number 5. It's March 20th, 2020. I have everything written down now on my little marker board. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is this whole COVID-19 thing. This is a week that Marina and I have been at home. This is the full week that Emmanuel has been at home with us. And I have to give a huge shout out and huge props to all the teachers out there. Having Emmanuel at home and seeing how we have to figure out ways to keep him preoccupied, it really shows how much teachers play a huge role in our day-to-day lives that we sometimes take for granted. We just send our kids to school and we think that they're taken care of, but the effort that teachers take to teach our kids, to educate our kids, to keep them preoccupied, it is amazing. It is unfathomable. I mean, just having one 5-year-old at home and to see all the emotions that he goes through and to help him navigate through all that, imagine a teacher doing that to 20, 30 students is just mind-blowing. So if you are a teacher, if you have a teacher in your family, if you have a kid who goes to school, whenever all this is done, please give your teachers a big thank you. And more than that, advocate for getting them raises, getting them all the help that they need, because what they do in our day-to-day lives towards our children, it is, again, amazing. No matter how much we thank them, it will not even come close to what they truly deserve. And with that being said, as you know, we're all stuck at home. We're all bored out of our minds, and one thing that we're doing is panic buying. As you might have seen in my other vlogs, whenever I'm going out to, say, Walmart, Target, any grocery stores, the shelves are empty. There's obviously no toilet paper, there's obviously no hand sanitizers, food is hard to find, no canned goods, no vegetables, no meat. But one surprising thing when I was looking online was that there has been a spike in the sale of weed. In states like California, where weed is legal, not only for medicinal purposes, but also for recreational purposes, weed sales have reportedly gone up to as high as 40%. There have been reports that people have been standing in line, waiting for these weed pharmacies or shops to open so that they can buy their stock and take it home. And it kind of makes sense because the best way to Netflix and chill is to be high. One thing I really want to try out, and I want to know if someone out there has tried it, like, have you ever tried watching a Japanese show or an anime show that usually would require subtitles, but try watching it without subtitles and being high? I really want to know what that feels. And speaking about panic, I wanted to talk about a situation that happened a couple of months back. Didn't have the opportunity to make a video on it, but with the whole panic thing happening, I was reminded of an incident where on a recent trip, where Marina was going to Bali, she actually flew from India to Bali, and one of the airlines that she was taking was AirAsia. Now, AirAsia, the best way I could describe it is like America's Spirit Airlines or Frontier Airlines or Southwest, basically budget airlines where the whole point of the airline is to take you from point A to point B. It is not about your flying experience or the food that they serve or how comfortable the seats are. It is just primarily to take you from where you are to where you need to be, and that's it. So Marina was flying from Calcutta to Bali through Malaysia. And what had happened was her flight was initially supposed to depart at early in the morning around 2-3 a.m. But due to the fog, the flight was eventually canceled. The video I'm about to show you is basically the passengers going into panic mode, full-blown panic mode and frustration, because after the flight was delayed or canceled, the ground crew refused to give back the passengers their bags, their checked baggages, because the passengers at this point had checked in their bag, had gone through customs, had done everything that they needed to do to board the flight, only to be told that the flight wasn't gonna depart because of weather conditions. And to make it worse, the airlines refused to give them any hotel accommodations. They were basically set to make their own arrangements, which again further infuriated and made the passengers even more angry. And when they finally calmed down and were like, okay, just give us our bags back, the airlines was like, well, we can't give you your bags yet. And that resulted in if you are at home, bored out of your mind, like we are, one series I would highly recommend is first watching a video by MinuteEarth. They made a video 5 years ago basically talking about how bats are the most dangerous animals in the world today because of their ability to carry these infectious diseases like the SARS, the H1N1, and now the COVID-19. The fascinating thing is this video was made 5 years ago. And you can watch that video first, and then I would highly recommend watching a movie called Contagion. It stars Matt Damon, it has Gwyneth Paltrow, Lawrence Fishburne, and Kate Winslet. And it follows a storyline that is so relevant in today's society and with everything that's happening in the world today with COVID-19. Marina and I watched it last night, and we couldn't believe the movie that we were watching and the storyline because it is so relevant in today's society and everything that is happening today. So I would highly recommend that. And then there's a video by Washington Post where they take a drone shot of Los Angeles, and you should really see the video. It is haunting, it is heartbreaking, but it also is a reality check of what is happening in today's society, in today's world with COVID-19 and how it's affecting day-to-day lives. I know New York just announced that if you are non-essential, if you are an employee, like bars are supposed to close down, restaurants are closing down, hair salons are closing down. My mom, she works in a hair salon, so she's not going to work for the next, couple of weeks or whenever this thing ends. And speaking of killing time, one channel that I would highly recommend is a channel called Film Comics Explained. I've been watching their series on Godzilla because I'm a huge nerd. I love my Godzilla movies. I love my King Kong movies or Kong, Skull Island. And they basically break down each character in the movie. They speak about them from the perspective of when they made their debut in the cinematic universe. It also breaks down the other characters that are introduced in the Godzilla movie, especially the last one, the King of Monsters, where there were so many pieces put together. They also give you an idea of what to expect when possibly the next movie, which is Kong versus Godzilla, or however the studio names it, comes out. What could be the possibilities? Who could be the actual villain in that movie? So I highly recommend, if you have nothing to do, if you've exhausted all your Netflix shows, if you've exhausted all your YouTube videos, highly recommend watching them. But thank you for watching the video, guys. We'll come out with my next vlog on Monday. Hopefully I'm able to work on the video regarding Marina's trip to Bali, because that's been on my list for a very long time and I haven't gotten to it. Hopefully this weekend, being locked at home, I can put myself to work and get that taken care of. But again, thank you for watching the video. See you guys on Monday. Stay safe, be healthy, wash your hands. And wait, I forgot something. Our word of the day. Okay, so I taught you how to say hello in Hindi and Bengali last time. And today I'm going to teach you how to say how are you. So in Hindi, there are two ways to say it. You can always say kaise ho, which basically is how are you, or you can say kaise hain. The only difference is the formal and informal way. If you say kaise ho, it's a very informal way to usually say to someone who's younger than you. Not that much of a respect added to it, but if you want to add some respect to it, like you want to put some respect on it, you say kaise hain. And in Bengali, same way, there's a formal way and there's an informal way. There's the respectable way and there's the really chill way of saying it. So if you want to say it to your friend or someone who's not, elderly, you would say Kemon acho. Again, it's Kemon acho. And if you want to say it with some respect on it, you would say Kemon achen. So it's just acho achen, Kemon acho, Kemon achen, kaise hain, and kaise ho. And hopefully I will see you guys soon. Thank you.